Good day, everyone. From me, Andre Viljoen, bringing you this week's Gateway News God Stories of Africa, a look at some of the stories that were published in Gateway News this week. First up, we have a crime story through the eyes of the victims, a Gqeberha couple who thanked God out aloud within moments of being attacked and robbed outside the township finishing school they started over 12 years ago, at a time when most other people in their shoes would have been enjoying their retirement. In a testimony shared with Gateway News, Mart van Vuren, principal of the Matric Academy of Excellence, says that 3 weeks ago on a Friday afternoon, two men with revolvers opened the front doors of their car on the pavement in front of the school just after they had locked the gate. One of the attackers tried to pull her husband Toy out of the driver's seat, saying they wanted the car, but Toy shoved the man away with his shoulder, which had just been fixed through major surgery. At the same time, she said the other man thrust his gun into her stomach and grabbed her cell phone and handbag. She grabbed back her phone and chased the man as he fled with her bag. All of this happened in a few seconds, she said. As shocked students who were across the road during the attack rushed to check on them, Toy began to declare out loud, "Thank you, Lord, for what we just experienced." Mart explained this was because they had learned to give thanks in all circumstances, according to 1 Thessalonians 5:18. After careers of 40 years in the education field, the couple started the school in 2011 in obedience to a plan God gave them. Since then, they have helped many young people to successfully rewrite their matric exams, and they have led many of them to Jesus or to a deeper walk with Him. In earlier years, the couple faced hardship and danger, including theft of laptops and equipment, and being confronted by armed intruders on several occasions. In 2020, Toy experienced life-threatening health challenges, twice making miraculous recoveries after having lost consciousness. But this week, Mart was quick to assure Gateway News that there had been no security problems at the school over the past 7 years since they had installed security gates and locked the school gate. She praised God for His protection. She said they had learned valuable personal security lessons, which they will apply and share with others through their latest experience. They lost some money that the robbers stole through her credit card, but they were grateful that a substantial amount of cash in their car boot from school fees they had just collected was not touched. Mart said that early the morning after the incident, as she was waiting on God for a word, He gave her a Bible study lesson plan based on their experience. She said students are responding well to the study. Deputy Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development, John Jeffery, announced in Parliament this week that the department will not table the Prostitution Bill this session due to concerns about its constitutionality. This means that we will not be able to, at this point, proceed with the bill in its current form. We will therefore be engaging with role players and drafting provisions on the regulation of sex work, so as to ensure that a revised bill is ready for introduction at the beginning of the next administration, he said in his budget vote speech. ACDP Whip and member of the Justice and Correctional Services Portfolio Committee, Steve Swart, has welcomed the decision not to table the bill, which sparked much controversy when it was open for public comment from December the 9th last year until the end of January. While the reason given for not continuing with the bill was constitutional, in that no regulatory framework was in place to deal with decriminalization, we have no doubt that overwhelming opposition to the bill, particularly from the ACDP, churches, and other faith-based organizations and organizations such as the Collective Against Sexual Exploitation all played a role in this decision, particularly given the looming general elections in 2024, says Swart in a media statement. With both Youth Month and Father's Day falling in June, values organization Heartlines is rebroadcasting Fathers Matter, a series of 6 short films it produced last year on SABC2 this month to encourage South Africans to focus on why fathers matter, what's stopping fathers from showing up for their children, and what we can do about it. The films will be screened on Saturdays, the 10th, 17th and 24th of June at 8:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. South African Christian musician, songwriter and pastor Retief released a brand new single, Net Een Naam, this week, his first release since April last year. He shares in a recorded media release that his new song was born from a desert place in his songwriting life in which nothing came for months, and he asked himself multiple times, how do I do this now again? Then suddenly it flowed and Net Een Naam was written. The song and the lyrics point to the one and only name we can keep our eyes on, and the only name we can call ourselves to worship, he says.
Daar's net een naam, deur wie verlossing kom. Daar's net een naam, en ek hou my op hom. Gestuur, geleef, gesterf, gegee en waarlik opgestaan. Allerhoogste naam, Jesus.
In an interview with CCFM 107.5, he says that at the start of this year he faced a big personal ordeal when he suddenly had to undergo surgery to remove a tumor on his pituitary gland, an endocrine gland which is attached to the brain stem. And finally, from California, USA, we have news that 280 churches gathered on the beach last weekend to witness a mass baptism of over 4,000 people on Pentecost Sunday. Advertised as the biggest water baptism event in history, Baptize SoCal drew thousands to Pirates Cove, Corona del Mar, to mark the 50th anniversary of the Jesus Movement, an evangelical Christian awakening which began in California and saw hundreds of thousands of people come to Christ. Thank you so much for watching today's God Stories of Africa. If you are not already a subscriber, do subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you will never miss our latest news reports or other inspirational content on this channel. I would love to hear your thoughts and where you are listening from. Do drop us a line in the comments below. God bless you abundantly until we meet again.